The night was alive, a canvas painted with the glow of neon lights and the hum of distant engines. The city never truly slept. A symphony of sirens wailed in the distance, a constant reminder of the chaos lurking in the shadows. The police were always on the move, but never quite in control. The figure melted into the darkness, becoming one with the night. They moved with purpose, unseen and unnoticed by the world. A stench of fear and desperation hung heavy in the air. This was their world, a place where hope was a distant memory and survival was the only goal. Where power spoke in whispers, where deals were made in the dark, and trust was a rare commodity. Where loyalty was bought and sold with blood. Every transaction was a gamble, every handshake a potential. It was the world of organized crime. They were ghosts, moving through the city like phantoms, their presence felt but rarely seen. Phantoms moving in plain sight, blending into the crowd, their true identities hidden behind masks of normalcy. Their fingers in every pie, drugs, weapons, human trafficking. No corner of the underworld was untouched by their— You name it, they traded in it. From the darkest alleys to the highest offices, their reach was limitless. Their reach extended far and wide, corrupting officials, intimidating witnesses. They operated with impunity, their power unchecked, leaving a trail of misery in their wake. Broken lives and shattered dreams were the hallmarks of their reign. This was the world shrouded in shadow. Organized crime. It was a living, breathing entity, with hierarchies and codes of conduct. A chain of command as rigid as any army. At the bottom, foot soldiers and runners, expendable pawns in a bigger game. Moving up the ladder, enforcers and money launderers, keeping the machine well-oiled. And at the very top, the kingpins, the puppet masters. They pulled the strings, dictating the fates of countless souls. They were invisible, untouchable, or so they thought. The task force was assembled, a motley crew of detectives hardened by years on the force. They were the thin blue line, standing between order and chaos. Their mission? To dismantle these criminal empires, brick by bloody brick. They gathered intel, piece by piece, connecting the dots, following the money trail. It was a dangerous game. One wrong move could cost them everything, but they pressed on, driven by an unwavering sense of justice. Section 4. The Colombian cartel's shadow. The package was intercepted at the docks. 10 kilos of pure cocaine, stamped with the mark of a notorious Colombian cartel. This wasn't just a local operation, this was bigger, much bigger. This was an opportunity, a chance to strike at the heart of the beast. The investigation took them deep into the city's underbelly, to seedy nightclubs and high-rise penthouses. They cultivated informants, flipping players against each other. The stakes were higher than ever, but so were the rewards. Section 5. A detective's determination. Detective Miller stared at the evidence board, his eyes scanning every detail meticulously. Pictures, reports, and red string connected a complex web of criminals, informants, and victims, each thread telling a story of its own. He ran a hand through his weary eyes, the fatigue evident in his every movement. He had been chasing this case for months, the late nights blending into early mornings. His obsession was bordering on unhealthy. Miller was good, perhaps one of the best in the department. He had a nose for the truth, an uncanny ability to piece together the most obscure clues, a knack for getting inside the heads of criminals, understanding their motives and predicting their moves. But this case was different, more elusive than any he had encountered before. It was like chasing shadows, every lead dissolving into thin air just as he thought he had a grip on it. Every time he thought he was close, they slipped through his fingers, leaving him with nothing but frustration and a burning determination to catch them. Came next.